welcome to my YouTube channel where we do it ourselves when it comes to doing our hair. Today, I'm doing a Pinterest inspired hair updo or straight up as we call it where I'm from. So I'm going to be doing cornrows, and I have very few attempts at cornrowing my hair going upwards in a bun. But I was very happy with how this turned out. And I obviously had to stretch out my hair for this hairstyle because I did not want to struggle with shrinkage. And my hair, my hair needs a trim, like not even a little trim. It needs proper trimming because I did color my hair a while ago, and yeah, my hair looks really dull. It's probably why I don't like to wear it out these days. I just style it. But yeah, that's a topic for another day. So I'm parting my hair in 4 parts, and if you've been watching my YouTube channel for a while now, you know that I like to pre-part my hair. And if you're watching this one of my videos for the first time, this might seem a bit redundant or unnecessary, but I like to do it like this because it just helps me make my parts or my cornrows, equal sized. I honestly only had 1 pack of braiding for this hairstyle, and I was really hoping that it was gonna be enough. But it wasn't really enough. I had a little bit of extra braiding that wasn't exactly the same color, but it was close, so you don't really see the difference in color in the braidings. Anyway, so the 4 parts that I'm making at the back, those 4 parts, each part, I'm making a single braid, and then I'm making a big cornrow and a small cornrow. And the reason for the single braid was I wanted my bun to have a little bit more volume, because I only did like 4 big cornrows at the back and 6 in front, so that was going to be like 10 braids in my bun, and I wanted a little bit more volume, so I decided to make a single braid before I did the big cornrow. For the small cornrows, I did add a little bit of braiding here because I wanted my cornrows to last long, so I didn't just want to cornrow the small parts as is. And for the back of my head, I tried making stitches. I really wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. This was the first time I cornrowed my hair like this, like making stitches. And the way I made the stitches was basically twisting the hair. So I would make a stitch, and then I twist that small part, and then I twisted all the small parts together just to create, it's not just to create a stitch type of cornrow, but it was to make the cornrowing process easier for me, because if I sort of kind of pre-part the the braiding part, I don't even know how to explain this, but if I didn't do this, I probably would have struggled, and my cornrows at the back would not have turned out as great as they did. Well, they didn't turn out great, but they turned out nice. They turned out okay. But if I didn't do this, it would have been probably still a bit, I don't know, crooked. So this really helped, and it was faster. It made the cornrowing process faster. However, I only did this at the back. In front, I didn't do that. It wasn't necessary. My cornrows in front did turn out a little bit stitched, but it was all fine for me. Like I said, it was just to make the cornrowing process less painful for me at the back. And when it comes to the gel, honestly, it's not necessary. You can still cornrow your hair without the gel or the edge control, but it just makes my hairstyles look a bit more neat, and honestly it does make my hairstyles and my cornrows last a bit longer. So I have 2 type of gels that I use. use a molding gel, or I use my edge control gel. Honestly, it just they do the same thing for me. It's There's no difference. It just depends on which one is closest to me. But usually my edge control gel is not a lot, so it doesn't last that long. Whereas the molding gel, I kind of buy it in bulk, so I always have a lot of that. But honestly, when it comes to the gel, I don't have a problem with that. And I never had a dandruff problem, honestly. And it might look like, okay, I can get a lot of product build-up, but I can tell you now that it after a week or so, there won't even be any hair product in my hair. So I can't relate with the people who say that the gel causes them to get a lot of dandruff. So anyway, do you know what? At some point, I almost gave up on trying to cornrow my own hair, because the biggest frustration that I had with cornrowing my own hair was I made it was too tight. I cornrowed my hair really, really tightly, and I don't even know why. So between trying to get straight lines and trying to get the cornrowing technique correctly, and trying to make the cornrows not as tight, it was a struggle. It was really a struggle. But I kept going. I kept trying. I was I was relentless, I guess. But I'm glad I didn't give up, because at this point I feel like I've unlocked a new level of DIY cornrows, because I have managed to not do my hair as tight. And yeah, my cornrows feel much more comfortable now, because in the beginning I wouldn't even finish my hairstyles. Like halfway through I would just stop and undo the cornrows, and just not continue. But now I'm really glad I kept going, man. I'm happy. So when I was done at the back of this hairstyle, the front was a breeze. I was cruising nicely, shame, because I didn't have to be as dramatic as in the back. Like I didn't pre-part my hair in front. I didn't make the stitches in front. It was just, yeah, and it went faster also because of that. It's because I've gotten really comfortable with cornrowing my hair in front going backwards. So yeah, doing the stitches and the pre-parting wasn't as necessary. Also, I was really getting tired at this point, so I just wanted to get this hairstyle over and done with. Also, I was really getting hungry, and I've realized that if I'm planning on doing my hair, I must either cook before I start doing my hair, or I must just buy takeaways, because doing my hair and having to stop midway to make myself something to eat is just, it's draining. Also, towards the end of doing this hairstyle, I obviously, after I ate, I had a glass of wine, and yeah, towards that I was a bit tipsy, but listen, I still had some kind of concentration, so it didn't affect the outcome or the results of my cornrows. I think this is like the first year I've tried out so many different hairstyles, because I think because I started living, alone in my own apartment, and before that I stayed in student accommodation, sharing and stuff like that. So now that I live alone, I really do not have to worry about inconveniencing other people because of the mess that I'm making. Because when I do my hair, when I'm done doing my hair, my place is a mess. So because now I'm like a bachelorette, at any time is tea time, babes. I can do my hair at night, in the morning, in the afternoon, and I don't have to worry about the mess that I'm making. And to be honest, I only clean the day after because I already spent so many hours doing my hair. I don't have the energy to start cleaning immediately after doing my hair. So would normally just leave the mess for the next day. And then yeah, I just go about my day. So it's embarrassing to admit, but yes, that's what I do. So um for this hairstyle, I think it took me, child, I don't even know how many hours it took me, because I never know what response to give people when they ask me how long it takes me to do my hair. Because it honestly it depends. But I started, child, I don't even remember. I started late morning, I think around 11, and then I finished late afternoon around 5 o'clock, past 5. I was planning on sewing the braiding up in a ponytail, but I decided against it because I wanted to have the option of making either one bun or two buns, as you can see here. And I think these two buns really look cute. So I decided not to sew it up in a ponytail. But thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more DIY hairstyles, you can subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much to my 279 subscribers. Thank you so much.